Hello there, welcome back to my channel. My name's Louise and this is Louise's Lifestyle, and today we're going to look at how to root a stick of sugarcane, and I'm going to be looking at the Satkora or citrus Macroptera that I bought. I bought both of these items last weekend. So the sugarcane, or Saccharum officinalis, I think its botanical name is. I'll correct myself, I'll put something below afterwards just so you've got the official botanical name. I have grown that before from a green stick, and I did get it to root and sprout. Last year I had little plants, but unfortunately I sort of neglected them and didn't water them enough. You've got to keep on top of that watering, but you've got to make sure that you don't overwater and then you develop root rots. So I lost those plants, so I kind of know how to get them to root, and hopefully I'll be able to do that this time. So here is the sugarcane that I got last week. If you look closely, I've had it in water because otherwise the whole stick dries out. So you can see it's been, basically I just had it in this vase, stuck it in there, and just to hydrate it basically. And if you look closely you can see these buds. This is where any potential shoots will come out from, and also you see these knobbly bits there, that's where the roots will come out. So I picked this one because not all the canes have the buds on them, and not all of them, you know, healthy. So that one looks like a healthy bud there. So what I'm going to do is going to nip outside actually, because I don't want to be chopping this up on my floor. I've got these big tree loppers because it's really quite woody. It's quite hard to, if I try to cut this with a knife, what could happen is the bark there will just splinter. I don't want that to happen because I could possibly lose a bud then, which if you've not got the bud then you're not going to get the growth coming out. So I'm going to use these like tree loppers, secateurs, to cut in between. So I've got to cut below this root, well, potential rooting area here. So I'm going to cut there, along here, and then I will show you what I do next with it. Okay, so I'm back now, and I've cut the sugarcane into these small pieces. I'll just show you that not all the pieces were decent basically. That's definitely started to rot and there was a smell to it. With another piece here, that's definitely, you can see that reddish stuff there, that's like a fungus that sugarcane are prone to. And although that looked okay from the outside, once you cut it you can see there's rot down into the centre there. Just excuse my hands because they've got all mucky from cutting this. I'll just give them a bit of a wipe. Right, okay, so what happens next is I've got this water here, and all I'm going to do is, where you see the bud is there, I will sit them in the water like this. So a little bit of water, you don't want it soaking right all the way up the stem, if you like. Just a little bit of water at the bottom, and pop them in like that. Now I could put these in the propagator, but if there is any bacteria in there, then the propagator, the heat's just going to cause them to rot, so I'm not going to do that. That one looks like it's got rot on it, so I'm not sure whether I should put that one in. And has got a good bud on it there, I might keep this separate and put this in maybe some perlite, a little jar with some perlite, and keep it separate, and maybe put a little bit of dusting of turmeric powder and cinnamon. I did that with my last lot of sugarcane that I propagated. If you've subscribed to my channel, if you look back in my videos, you'll see there is a propagating sugarcane video in there, and you'll see the tops of them have got yellow on them. That's the turmeric, and that stopped this from developing, because they started to get these red patches on the top, and I put turmeric and cinnamon, and that seemed to help, seemed to stop the spread of rot. So I'm going to keep that one separate, good, because of that on there. And this one, that one looks fine, so that can go in. And it's the way I do it is I look where the bud is, and the bud's sort of going to grow upwards, and the roots are going to grow down. So there we are with the sugar cane. And as I say, I will pop that one up separately in perlite, and maybe at the end of the video I'll show you what I've done with that one. Okay, so that's the sugar cane. I'm not going to label this because I know what it is and it's quite obvious, you know, I don't need to you know, sort of put sugar cane across there. So I'll come to at the end of the video, I'll show you what I've done with this one. So that's the sugar cane, and now got this. This is citrus macroptera. I'll put the name across the screen there. I'll add that on. In the last video, not the last video, which is my fruit carving video, if you haven't seen that, go and check that out. The video previous to that, I did a supermarket haul where I got the sugarcane and I got this from, and I thought it was about time really. I need to cut it open because it's getting a little bit hard, so hopefully it's not dried out too much, because when these arrived in the UK we don't really know how long they've been lying around on the supermarket shelf. So cut it open, let's see what's inside. Oh gosh, very strong aroma. Oh dear, I've cut seed right in half there. Oh dear, that was silly of me. Let's see if I can retrieve any more seeds, if there are any. There's a seed there. Cut down the centre. It's got a very strong aroma. It's a nice perfume. That's how I should describe it really. Ah, another seed there. It's got very thick rind. So in Bangladesh, when they use these mainly in Sylhet, it's sort of highly prized in Sylhet, which is a northeast of Bangladesh, and this is where they grow them primarily. They grow these, and when they cook these. They don't eat them as a fruit, so they'll put these in curries. They'll either cut them up and put them straight in with fish curry or whatever, or people who import them here, if they want to make them last, they'll dry the rind out and they'll use the skin to flavour curries basically, because it's got a very strong perfume. Not to everybody's liking, but you know, I have grown this many years ago, and the leaves, from what I can remember, were like a double segment, a bit like a kaffir lime or Thai lime. I'm not sure what the botanical name for that is, but I've got 2 seeds so far. Let's see if there's any more. There we go, another seed there. Three, 4, oh, got another one there. So it's quite a seedy one, this. I'm just going to have a little taste of this, because it's not, as I say, they don't normally eat these as a fruit. I wonder if it tastes a bit like a grapefruit. Gosh, very extremely sour. Very, very sour. Yeah. Nothing like a grapefruit. Grapefruit you might think is a little bit tart, but that was very, very sour. So I can see why it's used more for its perfume. There is a perfume to it. I wouldn't say it's wonderfully fragrant, but you know, there's definitely a fragrance to it. Right, I don't think I can find any more seeds in there. But actually slice that one in half. Just see if I can cut this down where the segments naturally form. Oh, there we go, another seed. So yeah, quite a few seeds. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. Just try and cut this one down the centre as well. No, there's nothing in there. Last one. Be careful I don't cut my hands. Yes, I think there's, no, that's just a bit of a shadow there. I thought there might have been one in here. No, so that's definitely, I think that's the maximum number of seeds I've got out of it, apart from the one I cut in half. So 5 seeds would have been 6. So what I will do is, there they are, you can see. There's the seeds. I'll leave them on a piece of tissue, and then I've got my Ziploc bag. I'll get some tissue. I'll dampen the tissue down, and I'll come back to that. Well, in fact, I don't think I'll dry the seeds out. I'm not sure if I'm doing them any more harm than good by drying them out. So I'll just pat them down. In fact, I'll just do that now. Get the seeds on this tissue and get the moisture off them. And just give them a little bit of a, just to absorb all that juice that's come from the Satkora. I think I've dropped one. Well, there it is. So what I'll do is I will put those in this Ziploc bag, give them a little bit of a spray, and then I'll put them in a heated propagator. I won't put the bag straight on the floor of the propagator. I'll probably put a little like a bowl underneath, just so it's not directly in contact with with heat. So I'm not sure how these seeds will dry out too quickly, or I'm not sure what will happen. So that's what I'll do with those. So pause the video and I'll come back in a minute. Okay, so back now, and I just want to show you that I've got these, the 5 Satkora or citrus macroptera seeds ready in the wet tissue. Fold it over and I'll pop that into a Ziploc bag, and I will put these on the heat mat that I've got upstairs in my grow tent, and basically that's where they're going to stay until, probably I'll check on them after a fortnight. So I'll definitely be doing an update on these to let you know what's happening with them. Hopefully they will sprout. And also the sugar cane, what I've done here on top is I've applied some turmeric powder, just sprinkled each one with that, and a little bit in the water as well, basically to act as a fungicide so that these don't produce rot. If you've not seen my video on propagating sugarcane from, is it last year or the year before? If you scroll through my videos, you'll see that some of them started to develop this red fungus on the top, and very much like what I showed you on this. So we don't want that happening. Oops, that's fallen over. This won't be going in a propagator. I'm not going to put it in a heated environment. Just needs plenty of light, and I will change the water out as well frequently to stop any sort of like murky, you know, bacteria building up in there, because these are sugar, you know, there's a lot of sugar in there, and sugar obviously breeds bacteria. And also using a little bit of cinnamon as well, just sort of sprinkle that on in the water. So frequent changes of water, and hopefully maybe it'll probably be 2 or 3 weeks before I see any, if any, kind of development on these roots here, potential roots hopefully. Just wanted to add that not yesterday, on the 6th of January, some of you may have already seen the video on fruit carving that I did. Those of you who are new to my channel, or you watch my channel and you've mainly seen me do plants, I have incorporated cooking and fruit carving as well as plant care. The reason I mention that video is when I uploaded the video, it was late in the evening, and just 2 hours after, we had some very sad news from my husband's family that my husband's brother-in-law, his younger sister's husband, had passed away. And the reason I mention it is during the video I was uploading, I actually mentioned, not by name, that my brother-in-law, meaning my husband's brother-in-law, had brought me the book on fruit carving, and I felt it was important that I should add his name in there. I didn't mention him by name. He was a very keen gardener. He was the first person that actually brought me the first beetle leaf plant I'd ever owned. So I was grateful to him getting me that beetle leaf plant. He also got me my first henna plants as well. He was a very kind gentleman, and we had lots of laughs. He would frequently visit the UK, and obviously when we visited Bangladesh, he would take us around different parts of Bangladesh and drive us everywhere. He was a very, very kind person. So I thought it was very important to mention that. To those of you who've not watched the video, even if you don't like fruit carving, maybe just see the first few minutes and you'll see a picture. And I've had a little picture of his rooftop garden. He was very keen on gardening after being retired as an airline pilot. and he was very much into herbal medicine, which I have an interest in as well. Not into herbal medicine, but like herbal remedies, etc. So it has been a very sad week for us this week. It was completely out of the blue. He was a little bit poorly, but we didn't expect him to just go very, very quickly like that. So I just wanted to add that. So anyway, thank you all for watching. So please join me again on my next video, and press the like button, and if you've got any comments or questions you want to ask me about today's video, about the Satkora and about the sugarcane, please put your questions down below in the comments section. But like and subscribe, share this with your friends as well. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.